Congrats, you've been approved for DoorDash and now it's time to start earning money. I'll try to move quickly through these tips because I know your time is valuable. I have a lot of information to share with you, so let's get started. Here's a few quick tips before you actually head out on the road. Assuming that you've already signed up for DoorDash, passed the background check, and you've been approved, now DoorDash is going to send you a hot bag and a red card. The hot bag is very important. It's what keeps the customer's food warm as you're driving from the restaurant to the customer. This is very important that you use this bag, but not every restaurant's packaging will actually fit inside the small DoorDash bag. If you want to buy a larger one, you should probably do that on Amazon because you can probably find a really cheap one on there. The red card is used for orders that the restaurant or the store isn't on the DoorDash platform, and so you'll need to pay for the food yourself. Or if you go into stores like CVS or Walgreens or a grocery store, you may also need to use your red card there. If you want to completely avoid red card orders, you can just decline the offer, but I would suggest start getting used to red card orders because like these pharmacy or these grocery store orders seem to be getting better, and they might even be great for you to accept in the future. How scheduling works on DoorDash is that you can schedule yourself 6 days out from the current day to make sure that you have an appropriate schedule that fits your needs. For me, in my market, I usually don't need to schedule myself because I can click the Dash Now button pretty much anytime I want. But if the location you're dashing in is gray, you are not going to be able to start driving to pick up orders whenever you want. You will need to be scheduled for that time frame. And I know in my market, scheduling isn't as important as other markets. In your market, you may need to schedule yourself every single time to make sure that you're getting the shifts that you want. In terms of what shifts you might actually want to have, is really focus on the lunch shift and the dinner shift. The amount of orders during this time will increase because that's the typical time people will eat their meals, and also people might be inclined to order more food per order because they might be ordering for a workplace at lunch or maybe their entire family at dinner. For the lunch shift, the typical hours are between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., but really try to focus on 11:30 a.m. to about 1:30 p.m. And then the dinner shift usually lasts from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. But you really want to focus on like 5:30 to 7:30. It may fluctuate in your market, but at least in my market, those are the optimal times to start dashing. The next thing that you want to do before you actually get out on the road is download a mileage tracker. This is so important because we are independent contractors, so technically we own our own business, so that means come tax time, we can actually deduct the miles that we drive while we are on the job. So this means that we can hide a little bit of our income, and that means we actually pay less in taxes. But if you don't track your mileage, you will not be able to claim that deduction on your taxes. So download an app like Gridwise or Stride to start tracking your mileage. The last tip I'll give you before you get out on the road is to download Get Upside. It is a great app for getting cash back on gas. I would really recommend doing this as a new DoorDash driver because you are going to be fueling your car a lot more than you are used to doing when you weren't doing food delivery. You're going to have to go to the gas station all the time to fill up on gas. That's just part of the business. And you're going to want to save money every single time you're at a gas station. Get Upside is a great way to get cash back at the pump every single time you fill up. I have a referral code down in the description if you want to use that. Please check it out, and I also have a video about it. But now it's time to talk about what to do while you're on the road. The best advice I can give you as a new DoorDash driver is to drive to a hotspot. A hotspot on DoorDash is an area where you are going to see a high amount of orders for the DoorDash platform. You're going to want to use this as a guide to start out because you won't know which restaurants are good on the DoorDash platform. And so if you go to a really busy area, you can start to see what kind of orders come from which restaurants around you. That way you can find out the best restaurants in your area. Accepting orders is the most important part about being a DoorDash driver. You do not want to accept orders that are unprofitable. You are going to want to make sure that you know which orders you're going to want to accept and which ones to decline. As a driver, you're going to have to remember that DoorDash is most likely the largest food delivery company in your market, and so you're going to get a ton of offers from the DoorDash app, but you do not have to accept any order that you don't want to take. Acceptance rate does not matter, so it means you can decline as many as you want before accepting a good offer. However, I would recommend trying to stay as busy as possible. If you're not getting an order you like, when it pops up on your phone, just hit the decline button and then give a reason why you're declining and then click submit and then just move on. While you're on the road, you're going to want to develop a list of restaurants that you like and which ones you don't like. So while you're going to different restaurants around your area, you may find that certain restaurants have the order ready every single time you go into a restaurant, and that is a great thing because that means you're getting orders done quicker and more efficiently, and those are the restaurants you're going to want to continue to go back to. There are other restaurants that may make you wait about 5 to 10 minutes or maybe even more when you have already arrived to the restaurant and you're just waiting for them to finish their order. You probably don't want to go to these restaurants. Whether the list is written down or it's in your head, just make sure which restaurants you want to go to and which ones you want to avoid. If a restaurant is making you wait way too long to pick up an order, just know that you can always unassign any order. Just click on the question mark in the app and then click on the order that you're currently delivering and then select the reason why you want to unassign and then confirm it, and then you are off to look for more orders. But probably be careful with this one too, because you want to have a completion rate that is above 80%. If your completion rate falls below 80%, then DoorDash can and probably will deactivate you. So make sure your completion rate probably hovers around 90% or higher, just to make sure you don't even come close to that 80%. What the completion rate basically tells you is how many orders you actually completed out of the last 100 orders that you accept. So like I said, just make sure that it stays pretty high so that you don't have to worry about this. Acceptance rate is also one of the items in the rating screen, but just know that you do not have to worry about this at all. We are independent contractors. We are not employees of DoorDash, so we can decline whatever orders we want. Even if you get down to 0% acceptance rate, DoorDash will still continue to send you offers and will never deactivate you if you have a low acceptance rate. Customer rating is very important because this is another qualification where DoorDash could deactivate you if your customer rating is too low. Just make sure that your customer rating is above a 4.2, but this won't really come into a calculation where DoorDash could deactivate you unless you have completed 100 orders. So just know, if your very first order, if you get a 3-star, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Keep trying to have the best customer service possible. Customer satisfaction is very important because returning customers means returning business for us as we go out on the road trying to make money on the DoorDash platform. So please just make sure you're doing everything you can to treat the customers correctly, like keeping their food warm or communicating with them if it requires it, and make sure that you are going straight from the restaurant to the customer so that the customer knows that you care about them. The way DoorDash pays out their orders is ever evolving, but as of right now, the DoorDash base pay is either $2.25 per order or $2.50 per order, and can sometimes be a little bit higher than that depending on the order, and you will get 100% of the customer's tip. Sometimes DoorDash will have peak pay in your area, which means that DoorDash expects it to be busy in your area and more orders will eventually come to your market. The DoorDash base pay and the customer tip will still be paid out to you, as well as the peak pay bonus, which can be $1 or more per order. So just look out for that if you are looking for more money. You will be paid out the following week for your earnings from Monday through Sunday. Some banks, they will deposit the money in your account on Monday. Sometimes it will be Tuesday, but you will get paid out a week at a time for the orders that you completed. DoorDash also offers fast pay, which is a way for you to get paid out at any time you want. There is a $1.99 fee right now to pay out instantly for your orders that you've completed. I have never used this because I just like waiting until the end of the week to get it free direct deposit into my account. You can also use Dasher Direct, which is a new feature that I'm not too familiar with, but you can get, it's like a prepaid debit card that you can get your earnings on that, so you can pay for any of the items you need in this world. And so if you want to research that, you can. I have plenty more tips to share with you, so please subscribe to this channel so that you can see the future videos that I post. Hit the like button if you found any value in this. And if you have any questions or I missed something, please comment below. I will be happy to answer your questions as I try to reply to every single comment. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.